We can only do this with the help of everyone who are stakeholders to our nation and with people from Transparency International and other organizations who would help to enforce the well-being and integrity of our society. The issue of integrity and transparency today is a very important national issue. Corruption has embedded itself into the very social fabric of the Malaysian culture that Malaysia Baru has to remove, like cutting cancer out of the infected body. As you all know, cancer is not that easily treated. Sometimes it will go away and it will always make a comeback. That is how delicate the situation of getting rid of corruption in our society today. Even our Prime Minister has commented in shock on the extent of corruption in the government sector. And of course, it takes the private sector to clap the hands of corruption. For this nation to regain its standard, integrity and transparency must triumph over corruption and abuse of power. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Housing and Local Government are the custodians and administers the Strata Management Act 2013, which came into effect in mid-2015. The Act sets the framework for the establishment of the Joint Management Body, the Management Corporation, Strata Tribunal, and gives duties and power to the Commissioner of Building, or COB, to administer the legislation. COB is an officer appointed by the state authority in the local authority area for the purpose of administrating and carrying out the provisions of the Strata Management Act 2013. COB officers initially were seconded by the Jabatan Penilaian dan Perkhidmatan Harta under the Ministry of Finance to the various local authorities. They had some pre-training and mostly had on-job training during their secondment. I do believe that in order to empower the COB, which is an integral part of the Act, that my ministry administers, that there is a need to train and guide the COB officers and have a central authority that they report to. Currently, the JPPH has a manual and do somewhat guide them as they are seconded staff. However, it is time that for the Ministry of Housing and Local Government to train and empower COB officers centrally under its purview. This central administration will help streamline the practice of COB and create consistency in approach. This is what we have to address and we discuss passing before we start the session today, that there must be consistencies in enforcement from the different local governments and from state to state. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of training, it seems a significant number of Malaysians cannot live in harmony with its neighbour in a strata development. The COB officers today have to play a major role in mediating disputes between factions within the development. Hence, training in mediation is also necessary for the COB. I was informed that COB officers of TBKL has set up a mediation center for the strata community, and we applaud this initiative. We are aware that since the implementation of the Strata Management Act 2013, many issues, inconsistencies, and conflict have been uncovered, and the Act is in dire need for amendments. I do understand that several meetings with groups like you have been held to discuss the necessary amendments under the previous regime. My ministry is now studying these proposals and will certainly be submitting our findings to the Attorney General's Office for amendments to the Act. However, I believe more discussions on the ground on the proposal of amendments to the Strata Management Act is needed, and my ministry will be calling for more discussions and input from organizations like you on this matter as a matter of priority soon. As stakeholders, it is very important that all of us and all of you are involved from the beginning to the finalizing of the amendment. Ladies and gentlemen, Laws are only as effective as the degree of its enforcement. This has been repeatedly said, and Transparency International has also highlighted that again. Because we have plenty of laws, but it is the enforcement and the political will which should follow and push it through that is most effective. There's no point having laws after laws as window dressings, but none of it is really enforced into practice today. This has been the pain of the whole situation previously with the wayward developers, JMPs, MCS, and agents managing the strata developments getting away with the wayward deeds. Therefore, enforcement is the key to protection to the homeowners. Even the best of legislation to counter and improve situation would remain ornamental pieces unless strict enforcements are carried out against offenders without fear or favor. Within the framework of the Act and rules, the COB has wide and important duties. COB is responsible to ensure the provision in the Act are duly complied with and its duties are generally administrative in nature. While COB duties are wide, its powers have limitation and are confined to the powers expressly given to them in the Act. There has been several court cases recently against COB for overstepping its boundaries provided in the Act, and in order to correctly empower the COB for better nation building, my ministry must address several issues. The first of the issue is the fact that since the various COB are under various local councils, we have noted that the guidelines set and the administration of various SOPs differ significantly between various local councils. Differing regulation is a major problem to the agents and managing agents of the strata development across the various local councils divide. COBKL has recently launched several standard operating procedures on their own effort, but without discussions with other COBs and without input from the ministry. While such effort is good, it is important that collective coordination and feedback from others is also pursued for a unified approach. Malaysia Baru and Pakatan Harapan work in consultation with others. We have interests in the same subject matter. We do not work silo or in isolation. To address this, my ministry will look further into creating a more healthy dialogue and meetings to improve the working relationship among all stakeholders. We are concerned on this matter, and any plans to streamline cooperation as best as possible should be consistently approached in the SOPs and the regulation. The second important issue is the issue of COB overstepping its power provided in the Act. In this respect, COB in the various local councils should not act unilaterally, but in areas of doubt should refer to the Ministry for guidance on its powers in order to ensure it does not face the embarrassment of losing its case in the tribunal court. Ladies and gentlemen, the Strata Tribunal is inundated with numerous cases of complaints on developers and agents managing the strata development. It seems that you cannot have good guys without the bad guys. And there is no avoiding the fact that too many people in this industry are simply maybe not well equipped or sometimes not good enough. You are here today because you want to be better, because you want to learn more from each other and understand the latest best practices, but not all are like you. The property management sector has grown with a file of horror stories. Rogue developers and agents are acting unprofessionally and making money on the side by passing contracts to subsidiaries or friends. Repairs are skipped, jobs are botched, as little as possible is done. Cutting corners is simply unacceptable, especially when you put lives at risk. I know of mismanagement in the theft of millions from sinking fund and maintenance charges. Currently, as the Strata Management Act stands, Literally anyone can order some business cards and call themselves an agent to manage strata properties. You do not need to have any qualification or experience or even a criminal record check in order to take place in this system. People assume they are paying their service charges to a skilled, experienced professional, but in many cases, this may not be true. There is a need to register and regulate agents managing strata property. The current problem is that errant property managers who are found guilty in a particular local council may be still continuing practices in another local council. There is no coordination amongst the local councils. Therefore, there is a need for a central register of property managers or agents as defined in the Act in order to monitor and to remove them from the register if they are found guilty of a serious offence. I am aware the Board of Valuers, Appraisers, Estate Agents and Property Managers are currently registering all property managers that have been providing property management services. I am also aware that the Construction Industry Development Board, CIDB, are also registering facility managers that provide facility management services. The Strata Management Act 2013 currently allows anyone to act as agent to manage common property for any strata development, and there is no requirement for them to be registered in either of these registers. Due to these issues, my ministry has been approached to form a register of agents and managing agents under the Strata Management Act and to regulate them. We do not wish to reinvent the wheel if need be. Seeing that the Board of Valuers, Appraisals, Estate Agents and Property Managers are already weeding out and registering property managers. But at the same time, my ministry also needs to regulate the strata property managers or agents defined in the Act. We are willing to discuss further suggestions as what is the most beneficial for the industry. In this respect, we would welcome MIPFM having the largest membership of 900 over members who are involved in property, facility and management of strata management to give your ideas and opinion for our consideration. I am always very happy to officiate a professional learning conference like this that's aimed to alleviate the profession by bringing speakers and lessons from the region. I would like to congratulate the organizers again, David Lu, and also the President, Mr. Sapunat Ramanyam, yang beri ucapan dengan begitu semangat sekali, dan I think all of us